Guys, I'm going to tell you, the time is right for one particular type of job that you can get to make your dreams of moving to Florida a reality. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. Stay tuned as I give you the answer to the best job you can seek out to make your move to Florida happen today on the Barefoot Blogger. Oh, my dream job. It's not Cabana Boy. The thing about it is this type of job category I'm going to tell you about today, just 2 years ago, wasn't as nearly as typical as it is right now. In fact, it virtually exploded almost overnight. Now, this job type isn't going to be for everybody, simply because it's going to depend on the type of job you're looking for and the skills that you have. But I will tell you, if you can secure a position, the likes of which I'm talking about, you will have your money cash flow situation dilemma solved. And you will be able to sell your house, break your lease, do what you got to do to move down to Florida almost immediately. And what's good about it is it's not just one type of job. It covers a host of diversified industries and skills. So what I'm talking about is a remote position. A remote position, working from your house. Now, if you're an elevator operator or a mechanic, maybe a doctor, if you're somebody that has to be in a specific office environment because that's what the job calls for, then obviously working remotely is something you're going to have to change careers for. Guys, one of the best job opportunities anybody could have is working from home. It's very convenient, no traffic to deal with, no commutes, save money on lunches, and you don't have to worry about buying a new tie. That's right, working remote has a lot of major benefits over going into an office and working in the typical type of job setting. Now, you might say to yourself on the surface, well, I can't find a remote job. That's where you're wrong, okay? Because there is a slew of different job types that require or offer work from home jobs. And I'm going to go through some of those right now. If you're in sales, you got it made. Most sales positions require two things, a computer and a phone. You got those two things covered, you're hired. Customer service positions. Now you could say, well, they don't pay that much, but it depends. That's not always the case, because if you're good at like a computer tech person, IT, there's all kinds of remote positions that pay $40, $50, $60, $75, $100 an hour. You just got to find them. Hop on the computer. Go on to Indeed, whatever your personal choice for job searches, and just type in remote position. Okay, if you're in sales, remote sales. If you're in customer service, remote customer service, and so on and so forth. And all those jobs will come up. All you got to do is apply, go on your interviews, negotiate your salaries, take your position, make sure they don't mind where you live, because if it's remote, they probably don't. Negotiate your salary and come on down. If you secure yourself a remote position that pays enough to make your bills every month, there's no reason that you can't move down to Florida whenever you're ready. Guys, in the past, remote positions were pretty much limited to basically just customer service oriented jobs and sales jobs. And that's no longer the case, because many employees just can't get to the workplace anymore. Because of workplace restrictions, a lot of people, like it or not, have to work their jobs from their homes. And unlike in the past, those job opportunities have opened up considerably. Not just customer service, not just sales positions, but everything from copywriters to web designers and graphic artists, medical transcriptionists, accountants, software engineers, speech therapy and linguists. interpreters, data analysts, programmers, consultants, marketing executives, and a host of others that might just fall into the current line of work you're doing right now in an office that you could be doing remotely with your view of the ocean right here in sunny Florida. The list goes on and on. You might even be surprised at some of the jobs that were in the past never thought of as being a remote role that are now looking for good people like you to work in remote positions. When I moved down here this most recent time, I was working right out of my house. And that made it very easy for me to just disconnect the computer, sell my house, get everything going, and make the move down here to Florida. Yeah. Hey, just ask this guy, he knows. Aren't you the guy that told me to buy Apple?
Yes, sir.
That's you, right? Did you see? You're on there.
Oh, really?
You're in there, yeah. What's your name?
Perfect, Vinny.
Vinny? What's up, guys? Who's the millionaires here?
None of us.
How'd you guys make your millions? Stock market? Tesla?
Tesla and Apple stock.
All right, it's Tesla and Apple, guys. You heard it. Vinny?
Nice
Hey,
to meet you.
Vinny! Are you from New York?
Nah, my mom is. We come here to run.
Are you coming to run?
Yeah, my friend actually drove down from Washington to move here.
Washington State?
Yes, sir.
What's he do?
Entrepreneur, starting his own business.
Oh, he's an entrepreneur. See, that's the way to go. Entrepreneur, you can work right out of your home. You can move here. Look at this. Vinny is telling me right now he's got a situation with a friend who has the capability.
Down with, 4K in his bank account.
He came down with $4,000 in his account.
Yes, sir, and he's doing fine.
And he's fine because he's got the cash flow.
You need the drive, you need the motivation. You gotta keep going.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
See, even the young studs over here know what they're talking
The
about.
educated ones, that
There
is.
you go. You are, I could tell. All right, Vinny.
All right, sir.
Thanks, man.
Good seeing
You
you.
stay well. Good.
Tell him to give me a little shout out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Instagram, Vinny with 3 Y's, 123. Add him and follow me. Subscribe to his page too.
You're the best.
You're the one that-
See that? Walk on the beach and you'll get all the information you need to plan your move and escape to come down here to beautiful, sunny Florida. Okay, now I want to show you guys. I'm not just going to talk the talk. I want to walk the walk. So I'm going to actually go to the computer and I'm going to go to this Indeed.com. And then right here, where it says what, meaning what job you're looking for, I'm going to cast a large net. Now I'm just going to put the word remote in, and I'm going to see what comes up. So I'm going to put what is going to be remote, and for where you want to find the job, I'm going to put Florida, of course, the whole state of Florida. I'm not even going to put a specific area of Florida. Click on Find Jobs. So everything that comes up should be a remote or work from home position. And boom. See, here you go. Here's a remote call center agent, $30 an hour. QA manual tester, $40 to $45 an hour. Here's one in the cruise industry, says it pays up to $92,000 a year. Now, granted, some of these you got to look into. I mean, they could be commission jobs. You know, obviously it's nice to have a salary when you come down here, but so you need to make sure you investigate that thoroughly to see exactly what the compensation is going to be and how it's going to break down. Okay, look at this. Here's one right here in Boca Raton. Coding and investment strategy into Python. Okay, not something I have experience with, but you might. And if not, it's something that, you know, possibly you can gain these skills that are on here. And by the way, guys, this is a good point. Now, I put in Florida in the search location, but if it's a remote position, the company doesn't have to be necessarily based in Florida. You could get hired by a company that's in Maryland, and if you're working remotely, it doesn't matter because you don't have to be there. Okay, here's one based out of Miami, a consumer tire consulting agent. Pays between $47,000 and $72,000 a year. Urgently hiring, and it says even though it's a Miami company, it is a remote position. So you'll be working from home. Remote office assistant pays $22.50 an hour for an office assistant to work from home. Okay, here's one in sales. AutomateMyGig.com. Looking for a sales rep to work remotely. Pays between $1,000 and $2,000 a week. Social media specialist, $25 an hour. Here's an insurance sales position with Liberty Mutual, $55,000 to $70,000 a year. Okay, look at this one.
virtual advising for academic and college, remote position, pays $50 an hour. So as you can see, I mean, I've only been spending a few minutes on here and already just surfing around, putting in the keywords remote and Florida, a plethora of jobs come up that are all remote positions, many of which pay pretty well. So all you got to do is just get on there and start looking.
So when it comes down to it, all you need to do is find these positions, reach out to these companies, get out your resumes, let them know exactly what your strengths are and how you can help them. And make sure to be upfront and let them know that you're either living in Florida or you're about to move down to Florida and that's going to be your place of residence. If need be, you can even secure a temporary address by going to a post office box and getting a physical street address at that post office. Be sure to let the prospective employer know that this is your temporary address where all your mail can be forwarded until you get down to Florida. This way they know you're being honest with them. And the bottom line is, they'll appreciate that because, face it, you're not going to go to the trouble of securing a P.O. box that's going to cost you like, what, $60, $70, $80 a year or more? Unless you had serious intentions of moving to Florida. Once you do that, you can concentrate on nothing but remote positions in a variety of fields that you have the skills they're looking for. And if I didn't have those skills, I might start working on them. The other advantage to working remote is once you put the wheels in motion to prepare for your move, you're gonna have a lot more time at your disposal, even during the working day, to be able to get things in place. You know, making phone calls, changing your bank accounts, calling the power company, whatever it is. And I'm not saying you do that on work time, but most companies, as long as you get the job done, they don't care. You're going to be at home working at your own pace. And by the way, it's a proven fact that people are more productive. They get more work done at home than they do in an office. And with the advent of Zoom, which I'm sure all you guys have used or know about, it's basically a conferencing software whereby companies can still have their meetings and get people all together in one spot, right over the internet, conveniently and cost effectively. So it's like they say, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to working, the hardest job of all is finding one. Don't let that stand in your way. This time, think remote. You're doing okay, I could tell. What is that, Ocean Pacific or something? Come on, this guy is, he's jacked. He's buying Apple stock. That's taking surf casting to a whole new level. Got a bunch of surf casters, all catching the infamous nothing fish. How much you want to bet he says nothing? What'd you catch? Nothing. Can't eat that. What'd I tell you? What'd you catch? Anything? No? Just didn't want to say nothing. Oh,